there, Leo. Welcome to your end of September 2024 tarot update. It's Rena here. Sorry for the sepia tones. I use iridescent bulbs for my lamps, so it's not like that harsh LED crap. But it's not really the best for night filming. And I do have a ring light, but it needs one of those USB outlet thingies, and I just don't even feel that. I'll show you what it looks like. I can just go like this. This is my ring light, baby. Real cheap. But I'm not going to use it because of the, ooh, I just turned on the, maybe that'll work. It just seems a little harsh, but, you know, probably a little easier to see. So yeah, that was on my phone that I was able to turn on this light. So let's see here. We're doing end of September. How did the eclipse treat you? Did you have any drama? I did. Even a couple of days before it. I lost my phone, and now I'm recording on said phone. Somebody contacted me from Sephora in downtown Chicago, and I was like, oh wow, you know, I didn't even step foot in there, but somebody on the street found my phone and sent it there, or dropped it off there, so that was pretty cool. Okay. Oops, I should be probably filming. I'm going to create a new file here. Yeah, you can't do an ultra wide lens with the light on, so it's going to be a little bit out of range, so I'll just do the best I can under the circumstances. Oh, Leo, you got some interesting cards here. It definitely seems relationship related. So for some of you, you might not feel that this is for you, and that's perfectly fine. I might just go with a certain, oh jeez, the better it gets, the better it gets. But actually the death card isn't you know, it can be just about accepting endings. I'm just going to pick one more card, see what comes up. Okay, you know, I think this is your card, but I'll put this to the side. It's supposed to be Sagittarius's card. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Two of Pentacles. And yes, I can make it about more than just relationships. Any kind, actually, you see that ship behind in the water. This can be a job offer overseas, which is kind of like meaning far away. So you might be kind of debating about whether you want to do that because it is far away and you'd have to really, you know, do a lot of changes in your life. You know, I don't know if I like that. I'm going to go back even though it's a little bit muted. This is a card about juggling in your life. So it may be that you are working, going to school. You're just like, you might feel like you're juggling, you got all these balls in the air. And sometimes it might be a little bit hectic for you. Maybe you're working two jobs in some cases. But in relationships, it could be juggling two relationships. We actually have in the past position this card that is Three of Swords, which can be a card of a three-party situation. And what came into my mind, and with my moon in Virgo, I'm trying not to be overly analytical, but what came into my mind is someone's going to get hurt playing with fire. So you are a fire sign. And so I don't know. I don't know if you're It sounds like you might be the one who is juggling these relationships. Um, and it's interesting because Three of Swords can be a card of feeling rejected. So it's almost like I get this feeling with some people that it might be that that is the motivation, like feeling as if you don't want to experience that again. So keeping things at arm's length, so to speak. So you don't have to get too close. If you have two relationships going on, you don't have to get too close to either one. But the higher message is the Seven of Swords. So it makes me wonder who's doing the cheating. This is a card of deception. Something could be going on behind your back. There could be, I mean, even in the workplace, this can be intellectual theft, I think. It can be physical theft, but I came up with this idea of intellectual property theft because the swords relate to ideas or communication, the mind. So I could see it even being like if you work in an advertising agency and somebody steals your slogan and makes it their own, and maybe there's nothing you can do about it because you're a peon, you're not one of those people that has been there long enough to be able to have that clout. So I'm not quite sure. Now I think too, um it's kind of interesting too, like if I was almost getting the feeling of like you being cheated on, and so you do it to that person. Like let's say you're in a marriage and you find out that your partner's been cheating on you, and so you say, okay, well, um two can play that game. Or maybe, but actually, it's more like feeling rejected by that. And so then you're seeking out that validation. But I would say that the higher message, like if you want to look at it as a spiritual message, is cheating is cheating. So two wrongs don't make a right. And also that you have to kind of go, you have to sneak around in some cases. Like this particular deck doesn't really show it, but in the Rider Waite, it's much more, sketchy. I think the moon is out, so it's like, creeping around late at night, and that can indicate that the person isn't really, being very open about things, and therefore they're not really coming across in a like an honorable way. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly who you are in all of this. Maybe it depends on the individual. If this is related to like a job situation, the I'm like looking for my I have like a little pointer here that has a crystal on it, but I can't find it anyway. The Three of Swords can be heartbreak, feelings of rejection. So, like, let's say you were promised a promotion, or you just assumed that you were going to get it, and it went to somebody else. You may be contemplating other job offers, and this is kind of like saying that you have to, really create strategy. This is a card of strategizing because you want to kind of figure out a way of getting out of your job without, if that's what you want to do, without giving away why that is happening. because they might put two and two together and think, oh, this person is, they have sour grapes because they didn't get the promotion. And then that could anger, if that person who did that to you is really a piece of work, they might even try to use that against you because they're offended that you had the audacity to kind of leave that situation, when in fact you had every right to be offended. You might have been doing a great job. I think the average Leo person not only is a hardworking person, but is good at what they do and brings excellence to the workplace. That might be why somebody doesn't want you to advance, because you might show them up. So, yeah. So you might want to keep your cards close to the vest. In other words, like not confiding in coworkers or anything about what your plans are, because they might be the flying monkeys who tell the supervisor. What crosses you is the Page of Cups. This is a card. There's that fish that represents Pisces. This can be a card of gullibility. So yeah, it makes me think that you're the one who is the victim of a cheater. And, this could simply be a choice. If this is about love, this could simply be you debating on whether or not to stay with someone. I wonder if they are an air sign: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Things that make you go, But this can be a card of being very gullible. And I think there are very few people that fit that bill at the end of the day. I think that a lot of people who, might seem like they're gullible are actually just sticking their head in the sand, and they know damn well what's going on, but they don't want to deal with it. Just escapism. And so, yeah, it's about, and I think with Leo too, when it comes to relationships, you're very generous people, and that in particular, I think, like financial, like, kind of wining and dining the other person or giving them money. I mean, if you meet someone, I saw this online, I thought it was really funny, and I think it was on Threads or something, and the woman was asking, like, this guy, I just met him, and he asked me if I would pay his light bill, and I don't know if I should. Like, she felt sorry for him, and all these women were saying, "Are you crazy?" All this stuff. And it's really like, I think generosity is awesome, actually. So I'm not like dissing generosity, but I'm just saying that there's certain character flaws in people who glom onto people who are generous, and like people who are exploiters, in other words, or users. So it's very, nuanced and all of that, but it can lead to you being taken advantage of. So please protect yourself. And yeah, and even like in the workplace, again, who you trust, because someone could spill the beans and let the higher ups know, and then you might get punished in some way, maybe blackballed in a certain industry because you decide to leave on your own terms. Maybe at a time when it's not convenient to the person in charge, but oh well, it's not like they had your back, and it wouldn't be that you were doing it to be malicious or to be vengeful. And just might be that you feel like, hey, this isn't the right place for me. This people are not appreciating what I have to offer. What's coming in is the Two of Wands. Again, another card that can be about a choice that has to be made. Now you see the person's holding a globe. Somebody pointed out to me that other hand, the one that is without the glove, belongs to somebody else. And I didn't even notice that there's like a second hand there with the glove, And yeah, so what that can mean is that somebody else has to be taken into account um, with a decision, especially if it's like moving far away. You might have like elderly parents that you're taking care of, or you might have children who would have to be pulled out of school, and you're not just that keen on just like bam doing that. You really want to think about it, think about the repercussions of it. So that's very laudable if you are thinking about somebody other than yourself when it comes to any kind of job that you take. In terms of love, I honestly think with the wands, which relate to fire energy, that it can be about the passion in life. Because actually, with the Two of Pentacles, it could be, thinking about making that choice based on finances. For instance, with Leo, the sign that is an earth sign that squares you off is Taurus. So just like you are naturally attracted to Scorpio, which is another sign that crosses you, that squares you off, same thing applies to Taurus. And whatever the Two of Pentacles is all about, it could be on the material level. What is convenient? Like if you share a business with somebody and you don't want to get divorced on that level, makes perfect sense, because sometimes it is, even if it is more of a business relationship than anything else at that point, it still exists that way. And who knows, if you do share a business with your partner and you're not getting along romantically, you may remain good friends anyway after the fact. The outcome card is the death card. I could have left it here. I just was curious what else I'd find. This is a card of irrevocable endings that maybe you are still in denial over. It might have some timing with the new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. That will be in your fourth house of home and family, Leo. So it could produce changes in your domestic situation, maybe even a move. So if this is for work, it might be in that time frame that you end up doing it. But, it is a card of transition. Transitioning from the old to the new. And remember, I said a Scorpio. Maybe this is a Scorpio person even. So I picked an additional card, and actually I told you this one is connected to Sagittarius. So, but come on, sunflower, royalty, doesn't that scream Leo to you? It does to me. But this is about you, regardless of what people say this is supposed to be, this is about you kind of like regaining your crown, you regaining your dignity, because, you stepping into like this season of change also puts you back where you belong, as in your throne. And that throne is of personal power and self-respect, whatever all this other stuff means. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer and I have all different kinds of astrological readings. I do private tarot readings as well. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your end of September 2024 tarot update. It's Rena here. Sorry for the sepia tones. I use iridescent bulbs for my lamps, so it's not like that harsh LED crap. But it's not really the best for night filming. And I do have a ring light, but it needs one of those USB outlet thingies, and I just don't even feel that. I'll show you what it looks like. I can just go like this. This is my ring light, baby. Real cheap. But I'm not going to use it because of the, ooh, I just turned on the, maybe that'll work. It just seems a little harsh, but, you know, probably a little easier to see. So, yeah, that was on my phone that I was able to turn on this light. So let's see here. We're doing end of September. How did the eclipse treat you? Did you have any drama? I did. Even a couple of days before it. I lost my phone, and now I'm recording on said phone. Somebody contacted me from Sephora in downtown Chicago, and I was like, oh wow, you know, I didn't even step foot in there, but somebody on the street found my phone and sent it there, or dropped it off there, so that was pretty cool. Okay. Oops, I should be probably filming. I'm going to create a new file here.